Would you rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Adoption of the agenda. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda at this time?
I move that we adopt the agenda as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of the agenda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda passes 7-0. Student recognitions. Ms. Desolé, you will be our representative tonight. The first recognition is our All Virginia Choir. Dante Burns will be presenting for CCHS.
Hi, I'm Dante Burns. I'm the choir teacher at Culpeper County High School. The first thing I would like to do is just thank the school board and Dr. Brads for allowing us this opportunity to recognize the students here. I made states multiple times through high school and never got recognized at a school board meeting. So this is awesome that we do this here, and it's definitely needed for everybody that makes it this level of state event. So. The first student I'm going to recognize tonight is Ariana Rosales. Is Ariana here? Okay, so she out there? Okay, well, Ariana made it as an alternate this year. Awesome student. Yeah. Next student I'm going to recognize is Carly Mullins. She is a senior. She made it in as a soprano 1 this year. Here, I'll keep talking, sorry.
Tell us all about it.
Sorry. Got a little ahead of myself. I've been teaching at Culpeper County High School for 3 years now. Carly was in the a cappella choir from the first year I got there. She is incredibly reliable, dependable, and hardworking. Past 2 years, she's been the lead in our musical, and she's just a wonderful student and couldn't be more proud of her. So. All right, next student I'm going to recognize is Emmanuel Hernandez. So this is my first year teaching Emmanuel in the choir. Since I got here, if you've ever heard Emmanuel talk, you can tell by Emmanuel's speaking voice that he would have a very good singing voice, which he does. Since I got here, I've been trying to get Emmanuel to take choir. Finally got him to do it his senior year, and he made states. So who would have thought?
You've been telling me that's to perform tonight, right?
Next student recognition is All Virginia Concert Band, sponsor Nathan Childs.
The student I'd like to recognize is Brendan Reyes. So come on up, Brendan. Brendan is a 4-year member of the CCHS band program. He placed in the All Virginia Concert Band on clarinet, 6th chair, 7th chair. He's a multi-talented instrumentalist, playing clarinet, saxophone. He's in my piano class this semester, and definitely integral to the success of our program. So I'm super happy that I get to recognize him for his achievements, because rarely does he break his head out of the practice room to acknowledge anything other than his musical success, and he's always on the grind. So yeah, good work, All-State Band. That's a very high achievement. So thank you.
Next, student recognition, indoor track, sponsored by Mark Dennis and Aaron Ketch.
Good evening. Excuse my voice. I'm not feeling the best. I know you would love to hear that, so I'm sitting beside you now. But the first athlete that I'm gonna recognize is Christian Smith. You come up. Christian is the most decorated sprinter in Culpeper history. He has every record from the 4x4 down to the 55. So he has the 55 dash record, the 60 record, the 300 record, the 4x2, and the 4x4 record. He also made states in long jump as well, and he would love to be a triple and high jumper, but for his health and well-being, I'm not allowing him to do that. But yeah, so our first is Christian Smith, who's also just committed to Longwood University and will be running there. I would say for the next 4 years, but you know, the transfer portal, who knows where you're gonna end up. So he's gonna run there next year. All right.
Great job.
Next, 4 athletes. Y'all can come on up. Christian Smith, Garrett Danewood, Connor Moss, and Gavin Alvarado.
You're Gary. Okay. And got Connor? Am I saying that right? You must be Gavin. All right.
So the way the state meet is, there are a lot of moving parts and a lot of events go on at the same time. I'll talk about Connor first. Connor was not supposed to be in the 4x2.
Here, just use this.
Oh yeah, here we go. As I was saying, Connor was not supposed to be on the 4x2, but the way things were set up, Caleb started long jump as they were walking onto the track for the 4x2. So Connor was our alternate, and he did his job. He did exactly what he was supposed to do, and that is the thing about Connor. Connor, you always knew what you're going to get. Some kids, you know, they have up and down races or up and down meets and things like that. Connor was not one of those kids. I knew Connor was going to do his best. I knew Connor was going to try his hardest, and that's what Connor did. That's why he's a very successful track athlete and baseball player. So it's also why he'll be playing at the next level. As far as who do I want to go to, I don't really need to say anything about Christian. Christian ran a 20.6 split in the 200 at States. If you have any idea about track and field, that is extremely fast. If he ran a 20.6 in the Open, he would have placed, top 10 in the nation. So that's how fast he ran in that split. Garrett Danewood, I could say the same thing about him I said about Connor. He's a very hard worker. Also made states in multiple events. Triple jump, he on his last jump PR'd by 2 feet. And then he went out and went ahead and got top 7 in the state in the 4x2. Gavin Alvarado, also multiple event qualifier for states. He qualified in long jump as well. He's actually the 7th ranked long jumper in the state right now for outdoor. So this team went out with an alternate, ran the 2nd fastest time in school history, finished 7th in the state. So congratulations. One more. All right, the last kid I'm recognizing is Caleb Murray. Last time I was here, yeah, you come up. Come up. With my old age, I forget things, but I do remember telling you last time I was here, if he did not break the school record in long jump, I did something wrong. I thought about that statement because he tore his labrum in football, and he jumped in December, probably around the 10th, and then he didn't come back until February 22nd. So that statement made me a little nervous because I was like, he hadn't practiced for 2.5 months, so I don't know if he's going to break this record or not. But he did. He now owns the long jump record for indoor. He was 4th in the state, and he practiced maybe 10 times all season. So that just goes in to say what kind of athlete he is. Amazing kid. I don't think he understands what he can actually be, but hopefully this helped a little bit. So hopefully I won't have an outdoor long jump record after this season's over. But Caleb Murray, 4th in state long jump, proud of you.
Next student recognition, All Virginia Choir, sponsor Francesca Kreitz, Eastern View.
Good evening. My name is Francesca Kreitz, and I stepped into the role as choral director at Eastern View High School this past January. As a 2009 Eastern View graduate, I could not be more excited to be back home as a Cyclone. Tonight, I am Tonight, I am recognizing 3 of my students who have been chosen as a delegate or an alternate for All Virginia Choir this April. First, I have Daniel Montano Reyes. Daniel is involved in 2 of my ensembles this semester and is one of my strongest basses. Over the past few months, I've watched him grow and become a leader in his voice section. Daniel not only shines on stage, but is also heavily involved in the behind the scenes with our EV Tech and Sound team. He is an alternate bass 1 for All Virginia Choir this year. So proud of you, Daniel. Daniel sandwich. Next, I have Ian Edwards. While Ian does not have choir in his regular schedule this semester, he has made it a point to stay involved in our Troubadour ensemble, learning his music on his own time to even participate with Troubadours at choral assessment. It has been a pleasure getting to know Ian over the past several months, as he was our Prince Eric in our production of The Little Mermaid this past weekend. Ian is an alternate tenor 1 for All Virginia Choir, and I could not be more proud. All right, last but not least, I have Zachary Harms. Zach brings so much personality and fun to our Troubadours ensemble, and it has been a pleasure having him in my classroom these past few months. If you made it out to EV this past weekend, Zach was our King Triton in our production of The Little Mermaid. Zachary was the highest scoring tenor 2 in District 13 and will represent Eastern View in Richmond at All Virginia Choir later this month. Go Zach! Thank you.
Next student recognition, Virginia State Thespian Society Regional Officer. Sponsor is Robert Dwyer.
Good evening. My name's Robert Dwyer. I am a math teacher at Eastern View, as well as the head of our tech team, and a 2012 alumni of Eastern View. And as an alumni and a staff member, it is such a great honor to honor Riley tonight. Come on up and join us. A few months ago, Riley came to my classroom and she said, "Mr. Dwyer, I found this thing online that I think I want to apply for." And it was to become a potential officer for the state Board of International Thespian Society, an honor organization to honor all high school theater accomplishments. She had to do a very extensive application process, including writing an essay, and she had to do an online Zoom interview with the adults that are in charge of the state board. And the morning after her interview, an email came to me from the head of the state organization saying how wonderful Riley was and saying it sounded like our theater program was wonderful too. And I am very pleased to announce that Riley has been chosen as the regional officer for Central Virginia for the Virginia State Thespian Society. She is representing all of the high schools in Central Virginia and will be helping to plan their convention in January. And even beyond this, it is the first time in Eastern View's history that a student has held this position from our high school.
At this time, we will move our recognitions to our classified employees of the year with Dr. Brads and Ms. Metzger.
Good evening, members of the board and everyone in attendance tonight. It is a great honor for me to introduce you to all of the wonderful CCPS Classified Employees of the Year. It's a great honor to be nominated for this, especially because it is your peers who are voting, and they are recognizing everyone for what they're doing. So this evening we have nominations throughout the division. What they do after they've been identified at their school, they come to the central office where they go through an interview process with previous winners, retirees, community members, and then we have a final winner that will be announced this evening. So let's go ahead and get started. What we'll do is I'll read your name, I'll have you come up, have a complimentary bag from Dr. Brads, photo op with Laura Hoover, and then she's going to arrange everybody up here for a photo. Okay, so we're going to start with our elementary schools, starting with A.G. Richardson, Ms. Lisa Dinkins, Lisa is a paraeducator, and it is no surprise why she was selected as A.G. Richardson's Classified Employee of the Year, as her unwavering dedication is truly inspiring. She previously worked at AGR as a special education para in 2000 and left to care for her niece. She returned to AG in 2020. Her colleagues report that she puts 100% into everything she does, from math interventions, covering classes, morning and afternoon duty. She gets it all done efficiently and with a smile. She is also the expert in creating the most creative and beautifully decorated bulletin boards. Mrs. Dinkins even went the extra mile by voluntarily taking a Canva technology training to better support our students. Lisa is also a loving wife to Michael, her husband of 34 years. Despite not having biological children, they have raised a niece and nephew. In her leisure time, Lisa enjoys walking, reading the Bible, and listening to gospel music. She also has a fun side, enjoying some reality TV shows. When asked what motivates her each day, Lisa replied, "The children drive me to come every day. I had teachers who helped me throughout school, and I still remember them. I want to be that person. It's not a job when you love working with your team." Knowing and working with Lisa each day has been a joy. Her dedication, creativity, and love for our students are truly inspiring. It is an honor to have her as a member of our of our Bulldog family, and to recognize her as our Classified Employee of the Year. Congratulations. Next up is Ms. Laura Kimball. Laura is the bookkeeper at Emerald Hill Elementary School. Emerald Hill is excited to recognize Laura Kimball as our Classified Employee of the Year. As our bookkeeper, Laura ensures that everything runs smoothly behind the scenes and always has a smile on her face. Originally from New Jersey, Laura moved to Culpeper to be closer to family as they welcomed her second granddaughter. Her love for her granddaughters is evident. Her favorite hobby is simply being their grandmother. Now that they both attend Emerald Hill, Laura cherishes the moments she sees them in the hallways, making her work here even more special. Beyond her incredible work ethic, Laura brings warmth, kindness, and a true sense of community to our school. Her husband, Bill, shares the same giving spirit. You can find him at Emerald Hill at least once a week, lending a helping hand whenever needed. Laura's dedication, both professionally and personally, makes her an irreplaceable part of the Emerald Hill family. We're beyond grateful for all she does, and we're excited to celebrate her as our Classified Employee of the Year. Congratulations. From Farmington Elementary, Ms. Jackie Edens, the behavior interventionist. There she is. Jackie has been the behavior interventionist at Farmington for 5 years. She has an associate's degree from Piedmont Community College and a bachelor's degree from Old Dominion University. She began her education career as a therapeutic day treatment counselor for Orange County Public Schools. Over the past 5 years, she has become an integral part of the staff at Farmington. Jackie helps students across multiple grade levels learn the skills that they need to perform to their best and for the best of their abilities in the classroom. She supports teachers as they work to implement behavior plans with students. Most importantly, she becomes the trusted adult at school that some students lack, and they look to her for guidance and advice. Outside of her core job responsibilities, Jackie helps around the school whenever an extra hand is needed. She loves connecting with businesses and individuals in our community to support the school. Through her hard work, Farmington has been able to hold a drawing each year during Teacher Appreciation Week, in which each staff member is guaranteed to win something great due to the donations she brings in. When not at school, Jackie spends time with her family on their farm, and when weather permits, on Lake Anna, either boating or jet skiing. She loves reading, gardening, and going to the gym. Farmington is very lucky to have her. Congratulations. From Pearl Sample Elementary School, Ashley Adams, paraeducator. Ashley is a dedicated paraeducator, where she supports students and fosters a positive learning environment. Her connection to the school began in 2014 as an involved parent when her eldest son started first grade. She quickly became active in the PTO, building strong relationships with staff and families. Her involvement deepened in 2018 when her youngest daughter started kindergarten, leading her to join the school as a special education paraeducator. With a passion for education and a strong connection to the school community, Ashley has been instrumental in helping students succeed. Committed to her own growth, She will earn her associate's degree from Germanna Community College this summer and plans to pursue a bachelor's degree in elementary education at James Madison University. Beyond the classroom, Ashley stays engaged in her students' lives, cheering them on at events and participating in school activities. In her free time, she enjoys exploring Shenandoah National Park and relaxing with her family on the North Carolina coast. Ashley's dedication to education and the Pearl Sample community makes her an invaluable part of the school, reflecting her lifelong passion for learning and commitment to students' success. Congratulations, Ashley. From Sycamore Park, Ms. Leanna Ewell, paraeducator. Prior to coming to Sycamore Park, Leanna spent 12 years working in a daycare setting. She has a teacher specialization associate's degree and is the first CCPS employee to complete the Pathways to Education teaching program. In addition to supporting students in grade 3 through 5 by providing intervention, she also helps in our special education classrooms, supporting both teachers and students. Leanna has stepped in to be a long-term substitute for many maternity and paternity leaves and has seamlessly built positive relationships with students and delivered instruction as if she was their teacher all along. When Leanna is not at school, she enjoys reading, writing, and catching up with her friends. She is a certified holistic health coach and enjoys learning about different forms of nutrition. Sycamore Park is excited that Mrs. Ewell will officially be a 4th grade teacher next year at the park, and we are excited to continue to watch her positive impact on students. Congratulations and welcome, Mrs. Ewell. From Yale Elementary, Michelle O'Hara, paraeducator. Michelle is the heart and soul of our paraeducators at Yale Elementary. As a dedicated paraeducator, she goes above and beyond to support students, staff, and the entire school community. With a background in childcare, education, healthcare, and public service, she brings a wealth of experience and an incredible work ethic to everything she does. Michelle isn't just a paraeducator. She's a true Yale champion. She's always lending a hand at school events like the musical, art show, trick-or-treat night, dances, bingos, and literacy night. Her love for the Yale community shines through in everything she does, making school a fun and welcoming place for students and families alike. Her colleagues admire her kindness, dedication, and willingness to step in whenever she's needed. Whether she's helping students, supporting coworkers, or chatting with parents at curbside, Michelle is always there with a smile, ready to make a difference. She's known for being a team player, problem solver, and someone everyone can count on. Outside of school, Michelle and her husband Dan have 2 grown kids, Danny and Katie. In her free time, she loves reading, listening to music, baking, and cooking for her family and friends. Yale is beyond lucky to have Michelle, and she is so deserving of the Yale Classified Employee of the Year award. Congratulations, Michelle. From Floyd T. Binns, Ms. Sharon Shaw. Sharon is a dedicated and experienced professional who serves as the lead administrative assistant and bookkeeper at Binns. A graduate of Culpeper County High School, Sharon furthered her education by attending Germanna Community College, where she pursued a variety of accounting and business courses. Before joining CCPS in 2006, Sharon worked for Omni Services as a senior accounting assistant for nearly 15 years. After taking time to focus on her family as a stay-at-home mom, she transitioned into the education sector, starting as a paraeducator at Pearl Sample, and then to Binns in 2013 as the registrar. In January of 2019, she advanced to her current position, a role she continues to excel in. A lifelong resident of Culpeper, Sharon has been married to her husband David for 30 years, and together they have 2 grown children. Outside of work, she enjoys spending time with her family, especially during beach vacations. She also loves watching TV and playing with their 2 beloved dogs, Colt and Sadie. Sharon brings a wealth of experience, dedication, and a passion for service to her role at Bins. Mrs. Kilby is so grateful for Sharon's positive attitude, bookkeeping knowledge, and willingness to help out with anything. While she excels in running the front office, she also helps with many after-school activities, including the after-school dances, 8th grade promotion ceremony, and spring sports banquet. Congratulations, Michelle. From Culpeper Middle School, Ms. Sarah Borha. Sarah is a dedicated and passionate paraeducator at Culpeper Middle School, where she has worked for 14 years. During her time at CMS, Sarah has made a significant impact in every facet of the special education department. Her unwavering commitment to supporting students and her deep understanding of their unique needs have made her an invaluable asset to the school. Known for her outgoing personality and spirited enthusiasm, Sarah is a beloved figure at CMS. She fully embraces the school's spirit days, always going the extra mile with elaborate costumes that engage and inspire students to join in the fun. Her creativity and organizational skills extend beyond school events as she plays an active role in enhancing the learning experience for all students she interacts with. Outside of school, Sarah is an avid crafter. Currently, she's working on building a dollhouse, showcasing her impressive attention to detail and creativity. When not crafting, she enjoys quality time with her husband and her 2 sons. This year, Sarah has been honored with the Classified Employee of the Year at CMS, a well-deserved recognition of her hard work, positivity, and dedication. Congratulations. From high school, Ms. Shannon Smith. She's here. Shannon Smith is Culpeper County High School's behavior interventionist. She makes a profound difference in the lives of her students every day. As their safe place, Shannon's unwavering support and dedication are key reasons why many students succeed academically and personally. Throughout her 4 years at CCHS, Shannon has worked tirelessly with students to ensure they receive the help and structure they need to thrive. She has consistently collaborated with teachers, counselors, and administrators to create individualized plans that promote success for every student. Her proactive communication ensures that we are always informed about the whereabouts and progress of the students on her caseload. Shannon is an invaluable asset to our team, particularly when working with students who present unique challenges. She approaches each situation with creativity and persistence, never giving up on the students who need her most. Her willingness to ask for help and work with others only enhances the positive impact she has on the students. The trust she has built with the kids is remarkable. She is real with them, which is why they respect and listen to her. Without Shannon's support, many of our students would not have the same opportunities for success. Outside of her role at school, Shannon enjoys spending time with her family, including her husband Rich and their 2 boys, Gabriel and Caleb. She also enjoys calligraphy, playing volleyball, and reading. Shannon's passion for helping students and her dedication to her family make her an outstanding member of our school community. Congratulations. Okay, from Eastern View High School, Ms. Moreya Pravado Blanco. There she is. Eastern View High School celebrates Morella, I'm saying that as best I can, hope it's correct, as the 2025 Classified Employee of the Year. She began her journey with Culpeper County Public Schools in 2015, starting in a part-time role with the Environmental Services Department at Eastern View. Her strong work ethic and positive spirit soon earned her a full-time position in December of 2019. Before joining the CCBS family, Maria worked at Reagan National Airport as a cleaner, and she also worked as a bank teller. She is deeply committed to keeping our school environment clean and welcoming, and she does it all with a smile that brightens the day for everyone she meets. In 2023, Maria proudly achieved one of her longtime personal goals by becoming a U.S. citizen, a milestone that speaks to her perseverance and strength. Beyond her work at Eastern View, she is an active member of Precious Blood Catholic Church, where she sings in the choir and volunteers her time to help others, visiting the elderly, feeding the homeless, and leading her artistic talents to local wedding events. most of all, time she treasures she likes to spend with her family. Maria has been married for 19 years to her husband Fidel, a firefighter in Fairfax County. Together they are raising two wonderful children, Anthony, a student at Eastern View, and Estefany, who attends Epiphany. Thank you for all that you do for Eastern View High School. Congratulations, Maria. From Phoenix, we have Samantha Broyles. Sam is a paraeducator at Phoenix who has been part of our team for the past 3 years. From day one, Sam has proven herself to be a dependable, capable, and trusted go-to person. So much so, when her reading partner in history is deployed with an Army National Guard, she steps in to deliver instruction. Sam regularly volunteers to work one-on-one with students who need extra support. She fills in the main office when needed, tracks Phoenix Fund points, and helps manage the school store. She's not just behind the scenes. Each morning, you'll find her out front, greeting Phoenix and post-high students with genuine cheer and encouragement. One of Sam's greatest strengths is her ability to build strong, trusting relationships with students. They know they can count on her, not just for academic support, but emotional support too. She helps them navigate challenges, break down barriers, and believe in themselves. Before joining the CCBS family, Sam worked in various office settings in the private sector. Outside of school, you'll find her at the softball field cheering on her oldest daughter, Shayna, or doing puzzles and escape rooms with her youngest daughter, Whitney. She loves spending time outdoors with her husband, Dustin, fishing and four-wheeling. She also helps her mom with the family food truck. Sam believes in lifelong learning and recently completed a personal care aid course to expand her skills and continue helping others in meaningful ways. Her dedication, heart, and can-do spirit makes her an invaluable part of the Phoenix family. Congratulations. From C-Tech this evening, Jennifer Adams. Jenny plays an essential role in the day-to-day operations at C-Tech. With the energy of a superhero, Jenny keeps everything running smoothly, always in motion and always willing to help. While she excels in her regular duties, it's the countless little things that truly make her shine. Jenny tends to the details, watering plants, hiding festive surprises like Easter eggs, and leaving thoughtful homemade gifts for staff. At every C-Tech event, you'll find her already a step ahead, setting up tables, icing down drinks, and asking how she can lighten someone else's load. Hospitality, creativity, and care are simply second nature to her. She's truly a jack of all trades, our resident painter and fixer, spending summers patching walls and giving classrooms fresh color. The vibrant look of the cosmetology room, Jenny chose and painted it. The bold black accent wall in the firefighter room, Jenny again. Her creative talents helped bring Creator's Corner to life, where students craft monthly projects in the makerspace. Jenny researches each idea, prepares the materials, tests it for success, and ensures everything is ready for the students to enjoy. Before joining CCPS, Jenny and her husband Ken raised 5 children in upstate New York. There she helped run their electrical contracting business, worked for Cooper Vision, managed a rural postal route, and babysat. She's now a proud grandmother of 12 and loves creating with them too. Jenny also adores her 2 golden retrievers, Bristol and Shia. Jenny is a devoted wife, mother, grandmother, and teammate, and we are incredibly lucky she chose to share her gifts with all of us at C-Tech. Congratulations, Jenny. From our own central office, Ms. Jessica Fasenbaker. It is an honor to recognize Jessica as the Culpeper County Public Schools Central Office Classified Employee of the Year. Jessica joined CCPS in 2021 after a successful career in banking. She began as the Instructional Finance Coordinator and recently transitioned into her role as Budget Analyst in the Finance Department. Jessica stands out as an exceptional colleague. She is highly organized, attentive to detail, and consistently meets the demands of a wide range of responsibilities with accuracy and efficiency. She takes initiative to grow professionally, often attending training to enhance her skills and willingly serving as a resource to others. Jessica collaborates closely with departments across the division to ensure alignment in grants and reimbursements, and now brings that same diligence to her broader role in finance. Her professionalism and ability to build strong relationships have allowed her to transition roles with both grace and confidence. Whether it's assisting others or resolving discrepancies, Jessica approaches every challenge with a problem-solving mindset and a positive attitude. Her proactive approach makes her an invaluable asset to CCPS. Outside of work, Jessica enjoys spending time with her family. She is a dedicated dance mom, and she and her husband, JR, enjoy supporting their daughter, Addison, a middle school student who participates in high-level dance competitions. Congratulations, Jessica. From our transportation department this evening, Miss Marta Chavez. Marta is our dispatcher. Marta was born in El Salvador and came to the United States at the age of 7. As the eldest of 5 siblings, she grew up with a strong sense of responsibility and determination. She graduated from Northwestern High School in Maryland and later became a successful entrepreneur, running her own house cleaning business for 5 years after managing her family's business. Marta joined the CCPS team as a school bus driver, a role she embraced for 3 years before stepping into her current position as a dispatcher. She now also serves as a certified school bus driver trainer, sharing her knowledge and ensuring new drivers are well prepared to serve our students safely and professionally. Marta's talents don't stop there. She is a certified translator and a notary public, and she volunteers her time helping community members translate documents, including for those pursuing U.S. citizenship. She even helps them study for their exams, always eager to uplift others on their journey. Marta is married and the proud mother of 5 children, including twins who currently attend Floyd T. Binns. In her free time, she channels her creativity into making balloon arches and decorations for celebrations across the area. Known as a true jack of all trades, Marta can drive just about anything with the steering wheel, and if it breaks down, she can probably fix it too. Marta, thank you for all that you do. You keep our transportation team and so much more running strong. Congratulations. From our maintenance department, our carpenter, Mr. Glenn Horde. Glenn is a carpenter and a cornerstone of the CCPS team. Glenn has been with the maintenance department for nearly 11 years, bringing with him a strong work ethic shaped by years in private contracting. From day one, he's been known as someone who tackles every task, big or small, with pride, precision, and willingness to help others. If you've caught a glimpse of him in the halls, count yourself lucky. Most only see a blur as he dashes from one job to the next. Thanks to his impressive stride, about 2 or 3 steps for every one of ours, he still manages to get there first. Glenn is more than just fast on his feet. He's generous with his time, his skills, and even his vegetables. A passionate gardener, Glenn's garden is really more of a small farm, and thanks to him, the maintenance department never goes without fresh produce in the spring and summer. Outside of work, Glenn and his wife enjoy camping and exploring the charming small towns of Virginia. And for those who know the history, yes, Glenn once played high school football against his current director. And yes, he lost, but we won big when Glenn joined our team. Glenn, your craftsmanship, dedication, and the example you set each day make you more deserving of this recognition. Congratulations, and thank you for everything you do. And from our technology department, Mr. Jabari George. Jabari is a network tech. Actually, though, he is a network whiz with a psychology twist. By day, he's fixing tech troubles, and by night, he's a drumming dynamo rocking the South. When he's not jamming, he's juggling twin toddlers, very cute, and a third baby on the way. As a network tech, Jabari keeps our tech world running smoothly by solving problems, supporting staff, and ensuring our systems are up to speed. Jabari holds a bachelor's degree in information technology with a minor in psychology from Oakwood University in Alabama, a unique blend that makes him not only technically skilled, but also great at understanding and supporting people. His calm, thoughtful approach makes even the toughest tech challenges feel manageable. Jabari is also a dedicated volunteer. He gives back through events like Read Across America Week and supports his local church, both with his time and resources. He was built in Baltimore. Jabari is the son of Abby and Darren George, who came to the United States from Trinidad and Tobago. At home, Jabari and his wife Candace stay busy raising their twin daughters, Aria and Kaya, and they're preparing to welcome their third child very soon. Somehow, he manages to juggle family life, music, and a thriving tech career with grace, energy, and a smile. Jabari, thank you for your hard work, your positive spirit, and the many ways you contribute to our schools and community. We're lucky to have you on the team. Congratulations. Yep. How far are you going? Do you need further? Are you like, where's Waldo? Okay. Thank you all for everything you do every day. It's an honor to be here this evening with you. It is with great pleasure that I'm going to announce the division's Classified Employee of the Year. Every year on the panel, there are people who tell me before they leave, please invite me back next year. I had such a good time talking to everybody and learning about the great things you do. Let's congratulate Jabari George as the Classified Employee of the Year for Culpeper County Public Schools. Can we get a picture with those adorable twins right there and mom? They are too cute not to be on camera. And that is the cutest ever. Oh my God. And they're going to be shy though now. Say cheese. Say cheese. Thank you, everyone. God, they're so cute.
At this time, we will take a short break. I'd like to thank everyone for being here, and congratulations to all of the award winners, from students to adults. All right, we will continue. Thank you, Ms. Metzger and Dr. Brads, for a wonderful presentation of our classified for this year. At this time, we will have the Superintendent Student Advisory Group report from Danica Landreth, a senior at CCHS.
Good evening, members of the school board and Dr. Brads. My name is Danica Landreth, and I'm a senior at Culpeper County High School. It is an honor to be here today to present an update on the Superintendent's Student Advisory Group, also known as SAG, and our recent discussions. Most recently, our group focused on the class registration process at both of our high schools. One of the key observations we made was that upperclassmen seem to have a better grasp on how the registration process works, which is understandable since they've gone through it multiple times. However, for underclassmen or students new to the system, it can be a bit overwhelming. To make the process smoother, we discussed a few ideas that could help. One suggestion was to make the directions available in Spanish to ensure all students and their families can understand the directions and engage with the process. We also talked about how the programs of studies could be more user-friendly, perhaps by providing a condensed version of the curriculum for quick reference. With so many options available in Culpeper, it can sometimes feel difficult to choose the right path, and simplifying the information could help students make more informed decisions. On a personal note, I've truly loved my time in Culpeper. My passion for agriculture grew through the outstanding classes offered, and I've also had the opportunity to take rigorous coursework through the Germana Scholars Program, which will help me earn my associate's degree throughout in high school. It has been an incredible experience that has helped shape my future. In fact, next year I will be attending NASCAR Technical Institute to pursue welding, and I feel prepared and excited for this next chapter thanks to the opportunities I've had here. Thank you for your time and for supporting all the students in Culpeper. I'm proud to be a part of this community and grateful for the chance to contribute to making it better every day. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job. Hold on.
Sorry.
That was a quick turn, but not quite yet. Are any members have any comments they wish to make or questions to ask the young lady who doesn't want to ask the question, doesn't want those questions?
Danica, you said you're going to NASCAR?
NASCAR Technical Institute. It's down in Mooresville, North Carolina, and it goes along with Universal Technical Institute, and they have a lot of different trade school programs there, like welding, pit crew, mechanics, diesel engines, wind turbine energy, a lot of different things you can pick from, but I decided to go with welding.
Welding. Great choice.
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Smith?
I don't have any question. I just want to say thank you. You did a great job, and you give us a really good idea of how Dr. Brads can pick the brains of you guys who are experiencing, working with everybody else, the other students, and we appreciate it. So thank you so much. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Thank you for coming tonight. I'm trying to think, what could I do when I was in high school? It's not what you just did, believe me. You did an excellent job. Thank you so much. And good luck at everything. And I'm so happy that you had a great time in Culpeper County High School. You had a great principal and great student body.
Yes,
and
thank you.
teachers. Thank you.
Ms. Pearson?
I just want to say best of luck in your future endeavors. I'm very impressed that you're going to be going into the field of welding. Good for you.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you very much, and we all wish you best of luck. I'm not sure what kind of careers have, I know welding is here and a lot of other things, but I don't think you can race on the NASCAR circuit in Culpeper, but come back if you find that you would like to work with us, all right?
Thank you. Have
Great.
a wonderful night.
Great job. All right, we are up to delegations, which I have none. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak? Seeing almost all employees, I kind of understand that. So we will move on to the approval of the minutes for March 10th and March 24th. Is there a motion to do so?
Consent agenda.
Oh, consent agenda, sorry. It's the approval of the minutes, March 10th and 24th, and the payroll and payment of bills. So is there a motion to accept the consent agenda?
Madam Chair, I move we approve the consent agenda.
All right, thank you, Ms. Pearson. Is there a second?
A second.
Okay, I'll let you figure that out, Ms. Moran. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The vote's 7-0. All right, action items. There is an approval of the special education annual plan for 25-26. At this time, is there any type of, yes, thank you.
Good evening, Madam Chair, board members, Dr. Brads. I'm here this evening to present our 2025-2026 Special Education Annual Plan application. We're required to do this annually to present it to the board, complete it, and then approved by the board before we submit it to the Virginia Department of Education. In order to receive federal funds under Part B of the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, we must first provide assurances and details regarding our plans for special education and related services here in Culpeper County. The 25-26 plan is based on level funding and outlines how funds will be spent for both Section 611 and Section 619 of the application. In general, this plan does not deviate from previous applications. We consistently fund part or full salaries using our special education flow-through funds from federal IDA Part B. For 611, we've consistently funded special education teachers, paraprofessionals, staff from central office. This application is similar in nature as to provide those same positions fully funded. For 619, we're looking to provide partial funding for an early childhood special education teacher. As required for federal regulations, a proportionate amount of the grant funds must be set aside for parentally placed private school and homeschool students. These funds will primarily be used to provide speech-language therapy services to parentally placed private school and homeschool students who are eligible for special education and related services. Additionally, we'll offer supplies, materials, if any of the students who are parentally placed or homeschool require those. We also offer professional learning opportunities for parentally placed or private school personnel and homeschool personnel. I want to jump back to 611 and 619 just to kind of go over what those positions are. The plan is proposing 28 positions to be funded from Section 611. That includes 14 special education teachers, 10 special education paraprofessionals, 1 transition specialist, and 3 central office personnel, to include 2 of our special ed specialists as well as 1 administrative assistant. The 619 funds, again, because of the amount that we get, we use that to partially fund an early childhood special education teacher position. One requirement of this process is to review the annual plan with our SEAC committee, or our Special Education Advisory Committee. We did that on March 14th, and so I'm here tonight seeking board approval before we submit this to the Virginia Department of Education, and it is due May 9th. And I'm happy to answer any questions. That's just a broad overview, but happy to answer any questions that you may have regarding our special education annual plan.
Thank you. Are there any questions, comments from board members? Mrs. Pearson?
Thank you for a succinct summary of a very laborious process.
Anyone else? I would have to agree with Ms. Pearson, and found it very refreshing to have more information that you can really understand about the positions and things. Is the special ed a new position coming in with the pre-K type thing?
The ECSE position,
Yeah.
early childhood special ed. We'll look, there's a potential that we may use that position. We do not have to identify the person
Okay.
that we're using it, but considering a potentially new employee coming in, depending on the amount.
Right.
Again, 619 is just less money, so whatever we can do to cover as much through the federal application, federal grant will do.
I appreciate you looking out for the interests of our children. Thank you.
Yes.
No one else? All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, we are up to, oh, I need a motion, that's right.
I
We're
move
gonna-
to approve the special education annual plan for 25-26.
Second.
Any discussion further? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Done, 7-0. Thank you. All right, I believe we are up to the approval of local revised policy updates. DNSR1, disposition of technology hardware, KGSR1, hourly rate schedule for certain school employees, JECB-BR, admission of non-public students for part-time enrollment, LBD, SR1, home instruction, homeschooling, admission of students full-time, and we are doing this in one read only. Is there anyone who wishes to make a motion to accept?
Madam Chair, I move we accept those policies you just read, or would you like me to read them in the
No,
record?
we had the one fun time. Let's
There we
just
go.
stick with
Okay.
the, yeah. Thank you for the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Baker. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 7-0. All right, we are up to approval of policy reviewed but not revised. which is the BCG school attorney, BDDD, quorum. That is one read only also. Is there a motion to accept?
I move that we accept those two policies.
Thank you, Ms. Hutchins. Is there a second? Second, Ms. Smith. Thank you very much. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 7-0. All right, we are up to the approval of VSBA revised, which is BFE CD, Administration and Policy Absence, CHD/BFE, Administration and Policy Absence, DI, Financial Accounting and Reporting, DN, Disposal of Surplus Items, EF, Food Service Management, EFD, Food Sanitation Program, FB, Facilities Planning, GBEA, Unlawful Manufacture, Distribution, Dispensing, Possession, or Use of a Controlled Substance, GBLA, Third-Party Complaints Against Employees, GBN, Staff Hiring Procedure, GBR, Voluntary Retirement Savings Program, GDQ, School Bus Drivers, IKG, Remediation Recovery Program, JCA, Transfers by Student Victims of Crime, JCB, transfers by non-public students for part-time enrollment, JFCC, Student Conduct on Student Buses, JHDA, Human Research, JJAC, Student Athlete Concussions, JM, Restraint and the Seclusion of Students, KA, Goals for School Community Relations, LBD, Home Instruction, one read only. Is there a motion to accept? You don't have to read them all.
Yeah. I move that we accept all of those.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 7-0. All right, we're up to another one and last one for tonight. Approval of VSBA local regulations reviewed but not revised. DN SR2, disposal of surplus items. JMBR1, Culpeper County Public Schools regulations on physical restraint and seclusion, one read only.
I move that we approve these two.
Thank you. And is there a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Baker. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? 7-0. For anyone who's listening on TV, all of those policies are available on our website. A lot of times, we just review policies to make sure there's no changes. That's why it says reviewed but not revised, because it's always good to look at policies every so many years to make sure they're up to date. We do ours on a 5-year increment to make sure that we stay up with what's required. Superintendent staff reports. Superintendent update, Dr. Brad's on the budget.
Thank you. Madam Chairman, members of the board, I'll be pretty brief with this, but just to give the board an update where we stand with FY26 in our budget process. I'm going to talk briefly about the state status, local status, and very little about federal status. First of all, if you've been paying attention to the news, the governor made approximately 20 or so changes or amendments to K-12 items within the budget bill itself. Last week, the General Assembly held a reconvene session, and it was only for one day. And interestingly, during that one-day session, in order to address vetoes or proposed changes or amendments from the governor, the General Assembly decided to use a very infrequently used tactic, and that was, rather than amend them and send them back, they passed by those items for the day. You've heard that terminology before. So that's basically not taking action on those items. Well, what does that mean? Given in a short session or the day-long session, then those any changes would be effectively dead, and the bill would go back to the governor unchanged. What does that mean? It means their bill, the budget bill that was approved in February, goes back almost entirely to the governor unchanged from what the General Assembly voted for, not for the governor's amendments. I'll give you an example of that. I know that's kind of sounds a bit odd, but that is the process. But an example, the governor's K-12 changes called for reducing the amount for the support staff cap. That amount was reduced nearly by 2/3. And that's a significant impact potentially to Culpeper County Public Schools, but we don't know how that's going to change. So what went back to the governor would have been the full funding requested by the General Assembly back in February. So the full funding of in the neighborhood of $222 million remains in the budget that was sent back to the governor. His amendment was to reduce it down to $80-some thousand. So that's an example of a change that was not acted on by the General Assembly. So what does that mean? That means that the governor can sign the budget. He can veto a whole item, or he can veto the entire budget. If particularly how many items are changed, or if the entire budget is vetoed, then we would be looking at a special session of the General Assembly. So we don't know yet. Do not have that crystal ball, do not know. I do know this date, that the governor has until May 2nd to act upon what has been sent back to him largely unchanged. So that sets up a curious dynamic of how that's going to play out. I mentioned that date because it's significant in terms of what has to happen in the locality. Locally, Culpeper Board of Supervisors, they backed up their public hearing just a bit this year from their advertised schedule. The public hearing will be on Monday, April 21st, 2025, in this room for the FY26 budget at 7 p.m. for the tax rate, and for the budget, and then at 7:15 for the tax rate. Culpeper is proposing to adopt a tax rate of 36 cents per 100 assessed value of real estate. That's a general fund tax, and then 8 cents per 100 assessed for the fire and rescue levy, both terms that you're familiar with. That would increase potentially the revenue to a total of 44 cents, and because it is an equalization year, and the equalization rate would have been 41 cents, the effective tax increase per the advertisement is 3 cents. If you track that, 44 cents is what's being advertised. Equalization rate would have been 41 cents. And of course, that is significant in terms of how the county supports the largest item in their budget, being the public schools. I will share with the board that the CCPS request has been included in the advertisement, and the county administrator has recommended funding what we have asked for. So that is a good, very good on the local front in terms of what we've asked for locally. That was a 2.1% increase, approximately just over $752,000, bringing our full local request of Culpeper County to $35.8 million, and I'm just rounding some numbers there. So I mentioned that May 2nd date for the governor. Well, by the time the public hearing takes place for the county, they have to approve a budget statutorily as well, early May, in order to implement one beginning July 1st. So with or without full information from the state, they will ultimately be voting on a budget on May 6th, Tuesday, May 6th, at their regular Board of Supervisors meeting to set the tax rate, adopt the budget, and adoption of the CIP for FY26 through FY30, the 5-year CIP. That's a quick summary of local. Federal, at this point, no panic on our part. You heard Ms. Nixon's talking about the special ed plan application. We have not seen or heard any specific news related to FY26 from USDOE in terms of a reduction, and or from USDA, and that would be our cafeteria food service program. So we've not heard anything definitive there, so we're marching on as if that's going to be what we've been accustomed receiving from them in the past. Later in the meeting, you will see from Mr. Dean about how much of a chunk federal funding is for us in terms of that allocation of revenue. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. That's a lot of words about maybe not much specifics, but that's the path we're on. We've done everything we can do to this point. We stay tuned in to it as much as possible, and also communicate frequently with the county administrator and his team and the finance director of the county to stay on track with what may or may not happen. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any members have questions for Dr. Brads? Hearing none, we will move to the next, which is the instruction report. Workforce Readiness Month will be presented by Mrs. Ainsley Cockrell. And this is Mr. Sean Summerscales.
Surprise. I'm
Yeah,
hopping in.
you weren't on the list.
Good evening, Dr. Brads, Madam Chair, members of the board. It's a pleasure to be here with you this evening and be included on tonight's agenda to be able to give you a brief update on Culpeper Workforce Connections events as a part of Workforce Readiness Month. These things include our CTE Advisory Council, our CTEC Skills Showcase, and the CTE Student Job Fair. Here with me this evening is our Work-Based Learning Coordinator, Ainsley Cockrell.
When I last presented to the school board, I shared some details about a few upcoming events, one of which was the Advisory Council. In March, we held our first revised CTE Advisory Council meeting, bringing together CCPS leaders, including our school board representative, teachers, community members, and business professionals. During the meeting, we revisited the council's mission, reviewed the format of past meetings, and introduced a new structure moving forward. I also shared 2 business cards with each attendee, one for them and one with the challenge to connect with someone new and pass it along. As a result of that meeting, we've made several new business connections, opening doors to fresh partnerships and the opportunity to invite them to future events. Our Spring Advisory CTE Council meeting will be held on May 21st at CCHS.
On March 20th, we hosted our annual CTEC Skills Showcase, which I've seen many of you at before. Thank you for attending. The Skills Showcase provides an open house environment for industry partners interested in hiring our students. During the event, business professionals have the opportunity to tour our labs, tour our classrooms, observe our students in action, and engage directly with them. Additionally, students are equipped with updated resumes and are prepared to discuss their achievements up to that point and also their future career aspirations. This year, we welcomed 46 dedicated business professionals into our building, leaders from a variety of industries who chose to spend their time engaging with our students and our programs. Some of those professionals were once students right here in Culpeper County, now returning with us with their very businesses that they connected with through our past events. That's the kind of full circle moment that speaks volumes about the impact that Culpeper Career and Technical Education provides. These professionals represented 26 businesses, and 11 of those were brand new connections, partnerships we hadn't established before. This is how we grow, how we expand opportunities for our students, and how we keep CCPS Workforce Connections thriving. This year, we provided folders to every business partner who attended with an overview of all of our programs. This helped them identify potential employment opportunities, not only with their specific area of interest, but across all of our offerings. This simple addition opened doors for more opportunities and gave businesses time to prepare the students they would meet at the job fair. A few highlights that we had from the Skills Showcase Day. Leading up to the event, we had a CTEC resume writing workshop, which is one of actually 3 workshops that took place prior to the event. Ainsley pushed into every single one of our classrooms with all of our students, was able to work with them and the students on editing all of their resumes and making sure they were up to date. Our culinary students actually participated for the very first time. The pride that they were able to showcase during the event was absolutely contagious. And then there was the Fairfax Fire and Rescue Association who was there with us on the day. They were genuinely blown away by what they were able to see through our firefighting program. They praised our students' knowledge, their preparation, their skills, and their professionalism. And furthermore, they took notes of our instructors and of our students, expressing their intention to bring those back to their very own program in Fairfax to help mirror some of the things that we were doing. This is an incredible compliment and a reflection of the work being done by Mr. Dillon and Ms. Hart. Their impact is undeniable, and Fairfax Fire just confirmed what we already knew, which is that we are incredibly fortunate to have both of them on our staff.
Okay. I'm thrilled to share the incredible success of our recent job fair. an event that truly exceeded expectations on every level. We welcomed professionals from a variety of industries, and the feedback we received was a proud moment for us. One business said they met professional, respectful students who demonstrated active listening and engaged with us to learn about employment opportunities. Another remarked this event exceeded expectations and praised the preparedness of our students, even highlighting that the resumes provided were well written and that we went above and beyond the expectations for our high school job fair. That level of professionalism doesn't happen overnight. Leading up to the job fair, we hosted 2 resume writing workshops at both EVHS and CCHS, and I had the pleasure of partnering with Annalise Jenkins, Mika Shaw, and Caitlin Varela. And in just 2 days during the first and second blocks, we helped students revise and strengthen 40 resumes. This year marked one of our strongest job fair showings yet from both EVHS and CCHS seniors. A major reason for that success is the incredible collaboration from administrators, teachers, and counselors who helped us register 76 seniors outside of the CTEC students that were already attending. We consider that a huge success. Communication was key with students. They were reminded through every channel possible: text messages, emails, robocalls, paper handouts, social media postings, and morning announcements. And it worked. We saw an energized, prepared group of students show up, ready to make the most of the opportunity provided to them. To help with that, every student received a "So You're Attending a Job Fair" guide the Monday before the event. It walked them through what to do before, during, and after, from researching companies, practicing their elevator pitches, to shaking hands and following up on the connections that they made. We also made thoughtful improvements for businesses this year. Each received a welcome folder, which included detailed overviews of our CTE courses to help them identify other areas they may want to connect with. They were also given a save the date for our upcoming CTE signing day and a Wink job board flyer and a survey to provide valuable feedback before leaving. That feedback was all positive. It reinforced that we're on the right path and gave us a few ideas for growing even stronger in the next years. With phones not available, we pivoted to make every business and student make sure that they had access to the application opportunities in one place, and we did this via Wink, which is workinculpeper.org. QR codes previously directed them to job listings, and this year, without the access of cell phones, we pushed them to Wink, which is the local job board for businesses that allow job seekers within our community to more easily search jobs available here locally. Students also received folders that were generously provided by our economic development partners, giving another boost to Wink and reinforcing the community-wide effort to prepare our students for the real-world success. I want to share just a few standout highlights that truly capture the success of this year's event. We had 42 businesses represented across a wide range of industries with over 100 professionals in attendance. More than 350 students participated throughout the day, each walking away with a new insight, new connections, and for all students, real opportunities waiting for entry-level professionals just like them. One of the most exciting parts, students explored departments and career paths that they hadn't considered before, and that's exactly what this event is all about: expanding horizons and opening doors. One room that stood out to me personally was our public safety room, a brand new addition this year. It was incredible to see representatives from Arlington to Frederick and Frederick County and everywhere in between, with state, county, and town agencies all gathered in one place, all there with a shared mission to connect with and recruit our students. It was inspiring to see the passion and dedication in that room and the enthusiasm they had for our programs. I'd be remiss if I didn't spotlight just one course. One of the many that had a powerful impact this year, our electrical course. They participate in both Skills Showcase and the Job Fair, and the results speak volumes. Thanks to the hard work of our students, the commitment of our instructor, and the businesses that are providing opportunities to our students, 100% of our students in that class have job opportunities available if they choose to accept it. 25% of our juniors already had offers for part-time employment, and one junior even secured an internship. What an incredible testament to the purpose of this event, the strength of our programs, and the future ahead of our students. This is what happens when schools, businesses, and the community come together. With intention, purpose, and heart, I'm so excited to continue building opportunities with our team, opportunities that are inspiring futures and showing our students just how bright their path can be.
We firmly believe that every student deserves the opportunity to explore their pathways, whether that leads them to become enrolled, enlisted, or employed. Our culminating event of the year is CTE Signing Day, where we celebrate our students in the same way we honor our athletes and our academic scholarship recipients. During this event, students will proudly sign their intent to enroll in a trade, enlist in the military, or begin their careers immediately following graduation. We'd like you to save the date of April 30th for this event, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you there.
Thank you so much for your time this evening and for giving us the opportunity to share with you. We look forward to having the opportunity for you to hear from Randy Richards-Lutz in May when she shares the final overview of our CCPS Workforce Connection and celebrates the success of CTE Signing Day with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions, comments for the, yes ma'am, Ms. Desolé.
It's always so impressive and exciting for me to hear what's going on at CTEC, and I know that it's more than just one person, it's a team, but I do want to say what a return on our investment of adding that position that you're filling, and what a great job that you've done in this first year, really, getting it off the ground and starting it up as a coordinator. So thank you, and thanks to all of you at CTEC.
All right, Ms. Smith.
Echo what she said, but I just jotted down a few things that you said that stood out. The whole thing. I mean, I'm impressed with everything, but incredible collaboration supporting our students. That is amazing, and that is the key. Preparing our students for real-world success, and that is what is happening, so thank you so much. They're not getting out going, wait a minute, this is not what I expected. And then 100% students having job opportunities, 100%, wow. Wow, thank you. Just kudos, and can't tell you enough how impressed we are and how grateful, so thank you.
All right, Ms. Hutchins.
Thank you very much. The job fair day was exciting. I happened to be there as a result of career partners and had the opportunity to walk around and talk with some of the employers that were there, and all of them were enthusiastic, excited, anxious to talk to our students. Very impressed with the firefighters. Spent a little bit of time with the Fairfax gentleman, and he just said our program's head and shoulders of what they have, above what they have, which is very impressive. So what a wonderful addition for opportunities for our students. Thank you all so much for what you do.
Ms. Pearson.
I wanted to echo what Mrs. Desolé said about the addition of you to the team out there. What a synergistic effect between you and Mr. Summerscales and Mrs. Richards-Lutz, as well as all the instructors supporting the kids. I was there both at the skills showcase and the job fair, and it was really interesting to see employers view our students in kind of two different lights. Here I am working with my projects and things I know, and I may not interview very well, but boy, I can sure perform on the job, and that really makes a difference too. And then other kids interview very well and maybe need a little help in the skills area. So both of those things were great, and the support that you provided to the businesses really helped them decide, do I come to one event, both events? It was great. And when I talked to every one of the businesses at the job fair, they consistently said some of those comments that you shared. And so I just wanted to say thank you for providing our students with such great opportunities.
Ms. Burnett.
Yes. They call Missouri the Show Me State. I'd say our county is the Show Me County, because we are really shining and showing other counties how to do it and how to get it done and how to give our students the best opportunities. And I thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Ms. Baker.
Good evening, and thank you. Just not for one presentation tonight, but for all the work you do every day. When everybody at CTEC makes everything possible for our students, you are making a huge difference in their lives. Thank you.
I don't know what else I could add. I agree with everything everyone has said here. And certainly adding the position has made the difference of all that can be put in to the children so that they can be successful with these things. I witnessed the EMT class being scored on getting a patient, getting it into the ambulance, and taking vitals and trying to figure out. It was very, very impressive. And the reflection of the person making the judgments, the instructor, been in a lot of classrooms, see a lot of real positives, even though they're trying to correct them. It's an art to be able to correct a child with them believing that you have just given them glowing comments, and that's what I see at CTEC wherever I go and go in. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we are up to our finance report with Mr. Dean.
Good evening, Madam Chair, school board members, Dr. Brads. Tonight's finance update starts with our revenues. Primarily, you can see our three primary source of revenue is state, county, and federal. State being the biggest portion in blue there. So we're going to drill into that a little bit. This part hasn't changed all year when we're tracking towards our budget of 8,340 students with our average daily membership. So the state pays us based on this ADM calculation. So right now we're tracking 98 below budget. So also our enrollment as of 3/31 is 8,202. So you can see it's continuing to drop down, and we predicted this. So I thought I'd add a slide here which would give you another visual. So the top line is 8340, that's our budget, the black line. The green line is our month-to-date ADM. So you can see in December where we have the fall off from December to January, and that's our early graduates. We've talked about that in prior meetings, but the effect of that on our year-to-date ADM, you can see how it's pulling the average down. So we peaked with that 8,300 month-to-date number, which peaked our year-to-date calc at 8,263, and you can see that fall off is pulling our average down, and it continues to drop. We've had some withdrawals since as well that is affecting that number negatively. So how does this affect the money? This gives us, with the 98 pupil shortfall, $768,000 overall budget shortfall. So again, it comes out, to 0.6%, very similar to last month's calculation. The offset to that shortfall, we're going to do a little better in our federal revenue, and then also we have some expenditure savings that you'll see later in the slides. So jump into our expenditures. You can see our year-to-date school operating fund is at $80.9 million, and which is 68% of our budget. We're slightly down from last year. That's good. Food service, $3.3 million, 71% of our budget. Again, we're slightly down from last year. That's also good. So we're trending in the right direction as far as expenditures. Our school operating fund, I've said it all year, it's very consistent, 8 to 9% per month, except for July and then June, and that's our 10 and 11 month contracts. But again, in March, 8%, so very consistent. We have 32% remaining in our budget, or 38.4 million. So it looks like we're gonna hit it dead on. So looking at a little bit in a different view, but same information, looking at it monthly and comparing to prior year, you can see we're trending at 67.8% versus last year at 69.3%. So that's good news. We're 1.5% below last year. So we need that with the revenue shortfall. Hopping over to food service, it's not as consistent spending because it depends on how we use our food, right? So a lot depends on that. So, 8 to 11% is kind of that range of where it averages out per month. In March, it was at 8%. Just keep in mind, March is actually reflecting February bills. So February was a shorter month with our school outages with the weather. So again, we're at 1.3 million remaining in our budget. So again, looking at same information, but by month, we're trending a little better year over year, 70.7%, and last year we were at 71%. And I say that, we're actually up in meals served. We're up 1.4% for the year with 9 less days of school. So think about that. So we're actually, that's the effects of our free breakfast and lunch. But I think I always say Greg Beamer does a great job managing these expenses and keeping them in check. So definitely we're trending in the right direction there. So any questions?
Any members have any questions? Hearing none, thank you very much.
Yep.
Dr. O'Brien with the operations report, please.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board, Dr. Brads. I'm happy to give you the operations update that really reflects what happened in March. First, starting with facilities and maintenance, we're doing some replacement of our RTU filters, our rooftop units, basically getting everything ready for the cooling season in terms of keeping our buildings at a good temperature. We also did some movement of things from CMS, relocating a lot of the storage containers that you might have known to be down on the driving range in preparation for the work to be done with the renovation at CMS. And we've actually moved them to a new location over at Floyd T. Binns in the backfield of that area. So if you're surprised to see them, that's where they went. And we have the dental trailer, I think you might recognize, has been over there for quite a while. We are converting that to a food storage closet. So some of our guys got in there and repainted it and cleaned it up and just making it a better environment to keep stuff there. In all sites, again, we're getting ready for cooling, replacing air filters, cleaning, repairing ductwork. You can see our groundskeeping crews out already doing the mowing that's taking place. Mulching's coming soon. I kind of thought they would be on that sooner, but they actually wait until the growing season really gets ramped up before they start doing that. There's our food service meal counts, and you already heard from Mr. Dean that we're in the up and up. We're going in the right direction. Over last year for our breakfast and lunch, a la carte's down a bit, which our preference from a budgetary point of view is we like a la carte to be more robust because that's income coming in. But we do get reimbursed for our meals. So that's the advantage of us, that participation rate going up. There's our CEP, where we're at our current rate of 42.5%. And you can see the direct certifications for the different schools. Harvest of the month, kale chips. Again, they put Parmesan cheese on it. So it's good. Not that kale by itself wouldn't be, but and our own Julie Johnston from central office helped out in distributing those to the students. Technology, you can see what our work orders were, things that we are getting ready for. It's really prep for the summer work. We got some A-phones to replace, card swipes, a lot more cameras that we're working on, access points in multiple buildings. The voice gateway, which if you know our phone system, it actually is a network device. So all that's going to help make sure our phones are meeting standards and up to code and not at end of life. We're also going to be assisting with the Chromebook collections, and once we get them, we're going to assess them so that we can identify devices that might have a cracked screen, something's broke that a student just has not reported to us. So once we collect them, we'll be able to do that scrutiny. Transportation, we do have our charging stations, the new ones down at the bus yard. Still working on the plan for the permitting for the ones at CTEC, so we're not quite there yet, but you can see what these new ones look like. We also did our bus evacuation drills at the high schools, as well as at the middle schools and a couple of the elementary schools. We're still doing them this week, in fact. We do those in the fall, and we do them again in the spring. There's our current routing. We're a little down, 71% and then 73% in the afternoon. But you can see what our total combined routes are. I gave you the field trip counts as well. In March, we had 191 field trips, while we had 156 in February. Our Stop Finder subscriber rate continues to climb as well. Finally, our stop arm camera violations. Again, March, we had 20 days, which was the most days we've had over the last few months. And we had 383 citations, even though the approval rate was down a little bit more. We also had, just throw in there, we did have a deputy come out and actually talk to bus drivers about this process at our in-service. And it was very enlightening for them to see what law enforcement does, because drivers don't always know, are they giving them a ticket or not? Because it pretty much happens in the web, you know. So having that helped them kind of understand what goes into pursuing those citations and sending them out and collecting. Other items, personnel, we did add a new driver, huzzah. And we had our job fair on April 5th, which we just happened this last weekend. We had some interest that we're pursuing. And our Take It for the Spin event was very successful. We had about 15 staff members join us for that. And we are doing a digital newsletter that's going out and about, thanks to DeRay Walker's handling that. Providing this as a means just to communicate with our drivers and make them feel more connected, even though they might park out or be elsewhere. They're still getting this information to know what's going on with the department. And that is our new driver right there, Vanessa Sisk. All right, I went quick. Any questions?
Any questions from any board members?
I have one.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just dying to know if they ate the kale chips.
You want to try the kale chips?
If the kids ate the kale chips.
I think they did, because they put cheese on it. I mean, cheese makes everything better. I think I've said that like 8 times, right? It's like
All right, any others? Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate you inviting law enforcement in to speak with the drivers. That probably provided a lot of insight, you know, on both sides of the coin there. And thank
Absolutely.
you for providing the directions for the kale chips. I appreciate that in our handout,
Absolutely.
since there were no
Yes, ma'am.
samples.
Yeah.
Ms. Hutchins?
The food storage closet, the old dental trailer, what are we storing in there?
As I understand it, it's a community food storage closet. So we're allowing folks to use it like any other facility, that they could come, we can give them a padlock, and they can store stuff there. Yes, sir? Anything else?
All right, everybody good? All right, thank you very much, Dr. O'Brien.
Thank you.
We are up to the board member comments, and we will start with Ms. Hutchins.
Okay, had the opportunity to participate in the reality store. Seems like it was ages ago, but it was a great day. Enjoyed working with the students. It was a challenge with them for not having calculators and not having their phones and having to use calculators. Attended the FFA banquet at EV, which was extremely well attended, and the food was delicious, and the recognition of the students were great. Attended the Little Mermaid, which was a lot of fun, and all done by students this time, with costuming, and the whole thing was student-led and student-done, and it was impressive. And I've already mentioned that I attended the job fair at CTEC, which just talked around with the employers and enjoyed that as much. Thank you all so much for what you do.
Ms. Smith?
I don't really have anything except, as I always say, thank you for everything you do. We've heard a lot today. I do want to say congratulations to the classified, excuse me, thank you, employees of the year for their schools. And I don't know how they would pick just one. And congratulations to all of them, and we appreciate all that all of you do. Thanks for correcting me there.
No problem. Mrs. Desolé?
Nothing really to add, just glad it's spring, looking for that warm weather, and brings a whole new happiness to everybody, so thanks.
Ms. Burnett?
Thank you, Ms. Metzger, for that lovely description of all the classified employees. I love hearing about them, more about them, and their hobbies and whatnot. Thank you so much for presenting that. And I have the pleasure of attending FFA banquet and the Little Mermaid, and really was impressed with the Little Mermaid this time because we had Adam Roach direct the orchestra, and that really added to it. I've seen the Little Mermaid, I can't tell you how many times. My daughter even was in a production at CMS, and I was like, this is superb. The vocals, the sets, the costumes, it was just amazing. Thank you, and thank you, staff and directors and principals, for all that you do. Thank you.
Ms. Pearson?
Thank you. You know, I'm going to echo a few of the comments of the others, but I also had the pleasure of attending the FFA area rally hosted by CCHS, and there were about 200 FFA kids there, and they did a great job, and we helped judge extemporaneous speaking, and so it's really interesting to see that, and it was great to participate. We'd be remiss if we didn't thank and give a shout out to the art show and all the students that participated in that. You know, even with the snow days earlier, our art teachers really came through and did a good job of showcasing our students, and it was great to see the large number of families there as the kids were pointing out their artwork, and it was, again, very rewarding to be associated with that. The reality store, Ms. Hutchins already mentioned. I also had the chance to attend two really interesting programs sponsored by the Culpeper Chamber of Commerce. One was obviously the State of the Community that a lot of you probably saw in the paper. And that was good because we, again, had a chance to network with colleagues throughout the community, whether they were talking about agriculture or zoning in the town or the state of law enforcement or the state of small businesses. So it's good for education to at least be there and hearing about that information. And then there was a very interesting presentation on artificial intelligence and how that can be used in businesses. So that was very worthwhile to attend. And we also attended the NAACP essays. Winners read their speeches at Antioch Baptist Church, and several of us attended that. And again, it was really rewarding and invigorating to see the kids speaking from their heart about people who have inspired them. So I wanted to be sure to give a shout out to that. And obviously, CTEC got their due. What?
Some of the inspirations were our teachers.
Oh, yes, Ms. Burnett reminded me that some of their inspirations were, in fact, our teachers. And we should give a big shout out to the middle school because they had a great showing from their 8th grade students as well as their 8th grade English teachers. So good job to the middle school there. And I am probably the only human on earth that had not seen The Little Mermaid until Friday. So, but again, Ms. Burnett mentioned great sets, great pit orchestra, great costumes, and outstanding performance. So, but the most important thing is happy spring break. So enjoy the break here, everyone. Thank you for all your hard work.
Ms. Baker?
Oh, well, let's see. I just think that tonight was a wonderful meeting, that it was really great to hear about all of the classified employees, as well as the wonderful students and our speaker from the Student Advisory Council. She did a great job, too. And I do what I can do afterwards, but I'm freezing. I'm waiting for that spring break to come. And I thought the lobster was really fantastic in The Little Mermaid. Thank you.
All right, I can reiterate everything that's been said here because it is all true. We are blessed as a community to have the people who work for us. The amount of time and effort that all of you and all the ones at home put in by working for our school system is much appreciated. I know you need your spring break because the next few weeks are going to be very challenging as the weather's really nice, and that's great, but they all want to be out there in it, and not everybody can spend all their time outdoors when it's time to get ready for testing and all the things that go on to get ready for graduation in all the different schools. So please have some fun, get some rest, and thank you for everything you do. At this point, I get to read a number of things. The committee reports are available on the website. Membership, let's see, let's go through this way. Membership numbers, Employee Appreciation Week, volunteer is April 21st to the 25th. Employee Recognition Week for administrative professionals, 21st to the 25th. Employee Appreciation Week, all school-based staff is the May 5th through 9th. Employee Appreciation Week, administrative staff, executive director, and curriculum specialist is May 19th through the 23rd. Future meeting dates, Culpeper County School Board, capital planning will be meeting April 9th at the school board office at 8:30. The business work session comes to us on April 28th at the school board office at 6 p.m. We're not meeting over the spring break. I assumed there would be insurrection if we tried to, because I'm betting you wouldn't be there. The administrative committee will meet on the 29th. Actually has been canceled, and special call meeting for our self-evaluation is May 6th at the school board office at 8:30 a.m. and to conclude at noon. Finance committee is meeting on May 12th. Regular school board meeting will be May 12th here at the county administration office at 6 o'clock. Administration committee meeting May 20th at the school board office at 8:30. And now it's time to go into closed session. So Mrs. Hutchins, would you read us into closed session?
The school board convenes a closed session at 7:49 p.m. to consider the following personnel matters pursuant to the Code of Virginia 2.2-3711A1. The appointment of certified personnel, the appointment of classified personnel, the transfer of certified personnel, the transfer of classified personnel, the separation of certified personnel, the separation of classified personnel, the approval of substitutes for the 2024-2025 school year, the discussion of student matters related to named student A, religious exemption, and student B, compulsory attendance, as permitted by the Code of Virginia 2.2-3711A2.
Is there a second? Second. Ms. Smith, thank you. Any discussion? Vote. All those in favor of going into closed session signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We will go into closed session at 5 till 8.